What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update, so I want to break down some technicals, going over S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, but also breaking down from a technical standpoint 4 stocks that tomorrow are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And mind you guys, I am not going to be able to record our video in English tomorrow. I have an appointment at 6 p.m. So I am only going to be able to record our video in Spanish early at 3:30 or 3 p.m. or something like that. So no video in English tomorrow, but we are going to be back for sure on Thursday. So today we had a turnaround Tuesday, guys. And in the case of the S&P 500, I told you in yesterday's video that on average, when the S&P 500 goes down more than 1% on Monday, it usually has a turnaround Tuesday with an average gain of 0.60%. So in this case, today the S&P 500 had a greater gain than it usually does after having had a red Monday with a loss greater than 1%. So the S&P ended up going up today 1.05%, Dow Jones went up 0.92%, Nasdaq went up 1.25%, so the tech dip was backed today with a lot of conviction. We are going to talk about that in just a second. And the Russell 2000 went up today 0.50%. And when it comes to the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, take a look at this, guys. Financials was the best performing sector today by far. It went up 1.93%. Shout out to the 10-year Treasury yield, which was the main, let's say, it was the main reason why the financial sector was the best performing sector today. The 10-year Treasury yield went up today 3.24%. Watch out for 1.55%, guys. The bulls of the 10-year Treasury yield are getting closer to this area of former resistance in which the 10-year Treasury yield failed on 2 occasions last week. And keep in mind that we are talking about a former area of support that acted as such back in late May and that now is acting as a new resistance. I think, I could be mistaken, but I believe that if the 10-year Treasury yield happens to burst above 1.55%, we are going to see more downward pressure in the case of tech-oriented stocks. And the second best performing sector today, guys, was communication services. And why? Well, because Facebook went up a lot today, guys. So communication services went up today 1.47%, and you guys can figure that Facebook is probably the most important component of communication services. So the dip on Facebook was back today with a lot of conviction, even though we had a whistleblower. She was, I think that at the Senate, right, saying a bunch of negative things about Facebook. However, the markets look the other way, guys, and they backed the dip on Facebook. So out of all of the most important tech stocks, guys, I think that the one that was more likely to go lower was Facebook. But today the market said, you know what, that's it. I'm going to buy Facebook. I am looking past what happened, and this is a phenomenal company, and that's it, guys. So today, most of the big tech companies went up. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla also went up. Apple went up. Apple had a very nice day today, guys, going up almost 3%. So we are at a tricky spot over here. I think that if as I just said, if the 10-year Treasury yield happens to burst above 1.55%, we are very likely to see more downward pressure over big tech and therefore over the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. However, guys, this dip was backed with a lot of conviction today, and I didn't think in yesterday's video that Facebook was going to see a green day today with the whistleblower speaking to the Senate today. So that's what happened today. And the two worst performing sectors today were utilities and real estate, which went down today 0.83%. And before going over the S&P 500, I want to show you a couple of trades that I closed in a successful way today. Well, one of these two trades was closed and the other one was open. So in the case of those guys, I'm still taking trades on good old Doge. So let's say that I picked up some Doge on September 20th and also on September 27th, investing $2,000. And today I ended up, by the way, the crypto world, or most of the cryptocurrencies out there, had a very solid day today. So my average cost with Doge was at around 20 cents, and today Doge hit 26 cents. It was very overbacked, so I decided to close this position. I paid $2,000 for the position that I opened, and I was paid $2,544. So I ended up making $544 without sweating too much. And I also sold a covered call of Path, guys, because in the case of Path, I am holding the bag, so I own 100 shares at an average cost of $53.76. And Path got decimated today, guys, right? I mean, not that much. It went up, it went down 0.06%. So I have an unrealized loss over here of $244. So today I sold the $60 call that expires on November 19, and I was paid, how much was I paid for this covered call, guys? $145. So I ended up making today pretty much $700 between Doge and Path. So I have absolutely nothing to complain about today's trading session. And when it comes to the S&P 500, so the bulls had a good day. Nevertheless, we saw some sort of downward pressure into the closing bell. Let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute. And yeah, we sold off a bit. So the bulls failed at 43.70 on 2 occasions today. And after the bulls were rejected, they were rejected at 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we saw a drop of almost 0.56%. So we can make the case that this was not the best close for the bulls today. So what are the tasks that both bulls and bear are going to have to accomplish tomorrow? In the case of the bears, guys, I'm taking into account that the S&P closed at 4345, 4,345 points. And as I said in the introduction of this video, the S&P went up 1.05%. So the most important task in tomorrow's trading session for the bears is going to be taking on or reconquering 4327. 4327 is a former area of support that acted as such on 3 occasions back in July. That is going to be the most important task for the bears. And in the case of the bulls of the S&P, they need to take on 4394. This would be very positive for the bulls, guys. Remember that 4394 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed on 2 occasions back in mid-July. And by taking on 4396, they are going to be taking at the same time this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and they are going to be very but very close in order to take on as well this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at 4420. So the bulls are getting closer to be back in the game, guys. This is, let me see, so we closed today at 43.45. So we are talking from here until the 108 or up to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. We are talking about 1.63%. So this might take a couple of trading sessions. So watch out for the bulls, guys. I think that we could see a shift in momentum if they happen to be able to take on 43.94. And let's see if the bears can accomplish the task that I just told you. They have actually 2 tasks, guys. The first one would be taking on 43.27, and then they have an impossible spot so far for them at 42.80, which is a spot in which they failed yesterday, and we can make the case that they also failed back on last Friday. And in the case of the NDX, of the Nasdaq 100, so the NDX went up today 1.40%, very solid day for the Nasdaq 100, and it closed today's trading session at 14,674 points. And if I zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, take a look at the spot, guys, in which the bulls fell today into the closing bell. 14,770 points, which happens to be a former area of support that already acted as such for the NDX back on August 19, and we are also talking about a former area of support back from July 27. So we are in front, or the bulls of the Nasdaq 100 are in front of a former area of lower support that was broken to the downside and that now is acting as a new overhead resistance. So that is going to be, for the most part, the most important task for the bulls of the Nasdaq 100 tomorrow, taking on 14,770 points. And in the case of the bears, they need to reconquer. I mean, they haven't actually conquered this spot. They need to conquer. They need to break to the downside 14,400 points, which was the spot in which they fell in yesterday's trading session. And can the Nasdaq 100 keep on going up? Yes, it could, guys. Take a look at the relative strength index. It is at 41 points. So we could see some sort of shift in momentum, guys, if the bulls can take on 14,770 or 14,780 points, in which case the next gap that is going to require to be filled is going to be up to 15,150 points, and that's a whole different story. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I would be more than happy if the Nasdaq 100 can close tomorrow's trading session above 14,780 points. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the first stock of this video, Crisp Therapeutics. The ticker symbol of Crisp Therapeutics would be Crsp. And in the case of the stock of this company, it went up today 0.06% and it closed today's trading session at $102.49. And this is a company that commercializes therapies derived from editing technology. And this company has a bunch of bulls out there. I think that Cathy Wood is actually one of the bulls of CRISPR Therapeutics. And what really catches my eye, guys, is that this is already a profitable company. So this is a company that is innovating in the human genome field, and it is already a profitable company. That is something that really caught my eye. Take a look at this, guys. The stock of this company got to or hit all-time high. This was back in January 14 at $220. So that implies, and taking into account today's closing price, that the stock of this company is trading 54% of its high. So this is a very, but very nice long-term discount for the bulls of CRISPR Therapeutics out there. So in my case, and since I haven't done a deep research work in regard to this company, I just want to take a trade, and I am going to keep a close watch on tomorrow. And mind you, guys, obviously this is a stock that trades on higher multiples, so if the 10-year treasury yield keeps on messing up, then we are likely to see CRISPR Therapeutics paying a visit down to 180 cents. 180 cents is a previous area of support that already acted as such for the stock of this company back on March 4th. So I think that that's an interesting spot in order to pick up some shares of ticker symbol CRSP. So $100, or let me rephrase that, guys, $100.81. So $100.81 is a previous area of support. And take into account, guys, this is a detail that I need to point out over here, that I need to highlight. The stock of this company is already very oversold. We can see the relative strength index of CRISPR Therapeutics at 27 points, very low. So if tomorrow the stock of this company happens to pay a visit down to this spot at $100.80 each, then the relative strength index of the stock of this company is going to be even lower, and that is going to increase the likelihood for the bulls of Crsp to find support at a previous area of support back from March and then bounce back up. So if I happen to pick up some shares at $100.50, $100.80, then my price target is going to be the next important area of overhead resistance near $113.92. $113.92 is a previous area of support that already acted as such back in mid-September, also back in late July, and lastly back in mid-April. So we are talking about a former area of support that was broken to the downside and that now should act as overhead resistance. So if I pick up, as I just said, a bunch of shares near $101 or $100.50 and selling out of my shares at $114, I could be making a 12% profit. This would be a very nice trade. So watch out for ticker symbol CRSP. Crisp Therapeutics paying a visit down to the former area of lower support near $100.50. Finding a good support over there and then bouncing back up. And the second stock of this video is going to be Peloton Interactive. In the case of Peloton, the stock of this company went up today 0.26% and it closed today's trading session at $82.52. And this is another stock that has gotten absolutely decimated, guys, ever since we found out that a vaccine was available. Then the market has been trading Peloton like if it were garbage. So Peloton is trading 51% of its highs. And mind you guys, this company is indicating, or the upper management of Peloton is saying that they are going to be a profitable company by 2024. So watch out for that, guys, because as of now, this company is a money-burning machine. But this, this study might change in a substantial way whenever Peloton happens to post its first profit. So I would like to see Peloton at $80.83, guys. $80.83 acted as lower support in yesterday's trading session, but we are also talking about a former area of support that acted as such back on May 10. So I think that that's an attractive price in order to pick up some shares of Peloton. And on top of that, the stock of this company is already very oversold. We can see the relative strength index at 28 points. So from $80 up to the next important area of overhead resistance for Peloton at $92, we could be making a 14% profit, guys. Nothing to sneeze at. And when I talk or when I mention this foreseeable next important area of overhead resistance near $92, I am talking about a former area of support that acted as such back on May 19. But mind you, the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart is also backing up this former area of lower support back from May. So we can expect the bulls of Peloton to have a hard time trying to burst above $92.30 or $92. So watch out for Peloton or Peloton Interactive, finding a good support near $81 per share. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Nano Dimension, guys. Ticker symbol NNDM. And in the case of Nano Dimension, the stock of this company went up today 2.42% and it closed today's trading session at $5.51. And guys, here on the 4-hour chart, let me zoom in here a bit more so we can see a clear descending triangle. So you guys can see how Nano Dimension is downtrending into the support of $5.20. So I'm thinking, guys, over here that we are going to see eventually, or in the upcoming days, two possible scenarios. First, Nano Dimension breaking the support of $5.20. You guys know that a descending triangle is a bearish pattern that suggests that a downtrend is going to be extended. So if this descending triangle happens to play out perfectly well, then we can expect NNDM to break the support of $5.20. However, another outcome would be, and since we can see that Nano Dimension is also trading into, or is trading inside some sort of wedge inside this descending triangle, I wouldn't be surprised if NNDM can burst above the upper line of this descending triangle, guys. And mind you, take a look at how the upper line of this descending triangle is coinciding on the 4-hour chart with both moving averages, the 180 SMA and the 50 SMA. So I'm thinking, guys, that if Nano Dimension can burst above $5.80, momentum is very likely to kick in, and therefore maybe the bulls of Nano Dimension would be able to fill the next gap up to $7.50. $7.50 is a previous area of support back from early June, and also back from early April. So if we could catch a move like this to the upside, in the case of Nano Dimension, let's say that we pick up some shares once Nano Dimension or before, a bit before, we can predict that NNDM is going to burst above the upper line of this descending triangle. So let's say that we pick up some shares at $5.60, $5.70, and if we sell out of our shares at $7.54, we are talking about a 35% profit. So don't sleep on NNDM, guys. Something is going to happen over here. I am very sure about that. So NNDM is either going to break the support at $5.20, in which case this descending triangle is going to be playing out perfectly well, or maybe NNDM can burst above the upper line of this descending triangle, and therefore is going to, the stock of this company would be potentially able to fill this gap up to $7.50. And the last stock of this video is going to be FOOTLOCKER. And in the case of FOOTLOCKER, guys, I don't get it. This company reported unbelievable earnings back. When was this? This was back on August 20th. And the stock of this company hasn't done anything. It has gone down a lot, guys, after this company reported very good earnings. So since that earnings report came out, FOOTLOCKER has gone down 27%. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think we have any bad news in regard to FOOTLOCKER. Let me see over here. Was FOOTLOCKER downgraded or something? Yeah. FOOTLOCKER price target cut to $61 from $82 at Cowen. Outperform stock rating maintained. Wedbush starts FOOTLOCKER at neutral with $51 price target. So yeah, we got a bunch of downgrades, guys. That's crazy because this company reported very good earnings. Okay, so it is what it is. In my case, I want to see FOOTLOCKER, guys, because as I just said, the stock of this company went down today 2.64%, and it closed. I don't even remember if I said that, so sorry about that, guys. So FOOTLOCKER went down today 2.64%, and it closed today's trading session at $45.36. So I need to see FOOTLOCKER because as of now, the stock of this company looks ugly, guys, trading below the moving averages. FOOTLOCKER already broke two very important areas of lower support to the downside. So I don't want to be the hero over here. I don't want to catch the bottom on FOOTLOCKER. However, guys, the second FOOTLOCKER burst above $46.20 each. I think that momentum is going to kick in over here, and we might see the bulls of FOOTLOCKER filling the gap up to $48.68, which is going to be the next important area of overhead resistance. So $46.40 is a previous area of support back from February 25th. So now we can expect what once acted as a lower support to act as a new overhead resistance. So I think that the stock of this company is going to be very interesting, guys, bursting above $46.20. So if we pick up shares of FOOTLOCKER near $46.40, $46.50 each, and if we sell out of our shares at the next overhead resistance, or the other overhead resistance that I just told you guys about at $48.84, we could be making a 4.6% profit, nothing to sneeze at either. And when it comes to the area, or when it comes to the other important area or when it comes to the second important area of overhead resistance that I just told you at $48.76, we are talking about a former area of support that acted as such on several occasions throughout September, but we are also talking about a former area of support back from March 5th, and on top of that, we have the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart coinciding with a former area of support as well. So we can expect, and as I just said, in the case of Nano that I mentioned, we can expect the bulls of FOOTLOCKER to have a hard time dealing with $48.90 or $49 if we want to round it up. So watch out for FOOTLOCKER, guys, bursting above $46.20 and filling the gap up to $48.50 or $49 per share. And with FOOTLOCKER, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel, in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Remember, no video tomorrow, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.